What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Black Ops 7's Endgame. Now, this is basically a mode, to summarize it, very similar to DMZ that we saw in Modern Warfare 2. And I'm not going to lie, it's probably one of the most exciting modes that they've announced so far in BO7. So today we have all the details, everything you need to know about. If you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Now, Endgame is a brand new mode that Treyarch is introducing, basically their variation of DMZ. Now, a couple of things to know. In order to unlock Endgame, and before we even talk about what it is, you got to first know how to get to it, right? So there's going to be 11 linear missions in the Black Ops 7 campaign that you're going to follow through. So it's like regular storyline. It follows the typical standard Call of Duty campaigns, to where you have a set mission, a set sequence, and it just follows a straight narrow line, right? Now, once you complete all 11 of these, you will unlock early access to Endgame, which people are calling like the final mission of campaign, but to be honest, it's really not. It's like its own separate mode. Now, in order to access this, as I mentioned, you need to complete the 11 missions, or if you wait long enough, I believe maybe in like season 1, it's going to end up opening up and no longer be early access and be available for anyone who hasn't completed the campaign. Now, the only key thing is you still need to own Black Ops 7. And that's one of the major key differences from DMZ in the past. It actually was free to play in Modern Warfare 2. It was like under the beta, and it was like a part of Warzone and all of that. But this time around, it's going to be a part of the paid section. Quick word from our sponsor, Mitch Cactus. It's a store that can get you the most exclusive operators, help you unlock the Black Ops 6 Mastery Camos, such as Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula. And if you want to hit Master Prestige even faster, they can also help you out with that. They don't use unlock tools or mods, so you know it's 100% legitimate, and they have over 10,000 verified reviews on Trustpilot. You can use code TRIDZO for a 5% discount. The link will be down in the description. Now, let's talk about what Endgame actually is. Now, it's basically like DMZ. I keep comparing it to it because it's an extraction-based shooter, very similar to where you spawn in. You can play with up to 4 players, you and 3 others. There's also going to be 32 other players in the lobby, which will be a PvE experience. It's going to also be open world and available on Avalon. It's going to have replayable missions, so very similar to like the DMZ faction tasks that you would need to complete in order to get yourself some rewards or unlock things like that. And then while you're looting, you're also able to find better weapons and gear. And if you get eliminated, you will permanently lose that gear. So once again, it's like the type of thing where you need to exfil in order to keep everything, very similar to how DMZ was. Now, the key difference here is it's not going to be open world on Verdansk, but it's going to be open world on Avalon. So you get full access to the entire Avalon map. And just so you have an idea of how massive this map is, it was supposed to be our next battle royale map. So compare it to Verdansk, Al Mazrah, and all those big battle royale maps we've seen in the past. That's what you're going to have access to. Now, also some big key things to note about this mode is, first off, progression is available in it. So there are camo challenges that you are able to do and work on in order to unlock a new set of Mastery Camos. So for the first time ever in Black Ops 7, they're introducing Mastery Camos for the campaign side of things, which you can do in Endgame. The second thing is that means there's also progression, cross progression among multiplayer, campaign, zombies, and Warzone. So say you grind out the Peacekeeper and you level it up to level 30 in Endgame. When you jump into multiplayer, it's going to be level 30, and you're going to be able to use all the following attachments and the Mastery Camos that you may have unlocked in Endgame. Another thing, if you ended up getting to level 55 ready to prestige in campaign and multiplayer, you will be that same exact level, so you don't feel like you're playing campaign or Endgame for no reason at all. There's actually a good reason to play. It may end up being one of those modes that could end up being a good XP farm to rank up and level up super fast. Now, another thing is there's also going to be challenges and secret rewards that you can get from this. I'm assuming weapon cases are going to be back in this, and apparently they are going to be doing consistent seasonal updates, very similar to DMZ. So they're going to be, whether they're updating the game and adding new bosses, adding new missions for you to complete, adding different POIs and updates to the actual map itself. And this will be accessible for everyone who owns the game. And I feel like because of this is going to open the doors to other different types of possibilities for those of you guys who really enjoy DMZ. Maybe this year you don't like multiplayer. Maybe this year you won't like zombies. You can go ahead and jump into this version and play Endgame, and it might be something that you'll thoroughly enjoy. Now, Now, from the footage, you'll notice a couple of different things. First off, it looks like the different areas of Avalon that you go to, the different buildings, there's like different groups and factions that are there. So the most insane looking one that I noticed is, first off, you have the zombies. There's actually zombies in this mode, and that I don't know how that happens. I don't know if it's like a part of the storyline or the campaign or what's going on with that, but there's actually zombies in this mode. And we sort of saw that with DMZ in the past before, where they had different things going on. And then alongside that, there's also different, I guess, AI robots. So you got ones that are dressed in like the white tactical gear, and this area sort of reminds me of Building 21. Maybe they're like in this area protecting something, and that's their own group. Then you also have the guild robots. It looks like they were also shooting back, and they were enemies, and they were shooting at them as well. So that's like another group on its own, and it looks like they've just spread these throughout the map. And maybe deeper inside of these buildings, there might be a boss, or there might be some sort of like a guardian or a named person that will give you loot or a key or an access card to get some better loot, right? And then another thing, they also showcase some of the weapons, the gear that you're able to use. These are like different streaks and field upgrades. I don't know exactly what this is, but it's like something they dropped, and then they had like a couple of drones come out. They also had these weird like plastic shields. I don't know what the heck those are. Maybe riot shields are back in this mode. Who knows? Or maybe this is just one of the enemy types that has access to something like this. Now, something else you'll also notice is the setting and the weather of these locations and these different clips that they've showed us. So for example, it's sunny in some of them, it's completely bright, and it looks fine, right? And then in some areas, it's darker, it's like dark red, and then it has like that sort of zombified color correction to it, and that's when like the zombies appeared. So maybe these are like particular areas that you can go to that are like higher threat. If you guys remember with like Modern Warfare 3 zombies, you can go to like the tier 3, which is like towards the center of the map, and the area would be super dark red and completely changed like the way that the map looked, right? And then there's also other areas to where in this clip it looked like the sun was setting and it wasn't as bright anymore, and maybe it was like the time of day had shifted or changed. And I don't think this would change just because of the area that you went to. It seems like maybe the entire map would be affected by something like this. So maybe weather patterns are a thing here within this end game, and that would provide a fresh experience so every game is different from the last. And if you guys remember, we had like sandstorms in DMZ, and that was pretty much like the only weather shift that we had. And then there's also leaks for the upcoming MW3 DMZ that was gonna have changes in weather, introducing rain, snow, thunderstorms, and things like that. And I'm hoping maybe Black Ops 7 implements some of these features to it. Like the possibilities of what you can see and be able to collect and all of that is completely endless. I mean, it's just, that means that there's going to be different bosses. It's going to have like different high value areas and targets that you're going to be able to go to maybe get better loot. I feel like if they do introduce maybe something like the bosses like we saw in DMZ, where you're able to get weapon cases and you're able to exfil with them and get yourself some permanent unlocks, whether there's camos and different weapon blueprints and things like that, I think a mode like this could definitely have a lot of replay value, and that's the whole goal of Treyarch. Because if they're going to be introducing mastery camos you can complete in campaign, that means you're going to need to do challenges for 30 different weapons, and that is going to take quite a while. And imagine having to do that in the linear campaign, to where you have to just keep restarting the same mission over and over and over again. That's going to get repetitive very quick and very annoying. Now with Endgame, you have the possibility of creating your own loadout, finding the weapons that you need to use. And because usually with like extraction based shooters, not every game is going to feel the same. You may stumble across different loot, across different enemy types and things like that. Now, we will have more details as we get closer to launch, and maybe during COD Next, creators will be able to play this mode. I feel like it's one of those things to where if you enjoy DMZ, you're probably going to end up liking this mode. But I'll keep you guys up to date on it. It just seems like this is something completely fresh that we haven't seen in Black Ops before, and I want to see how that's going to play out. And if you guys are interested in it as well, I'll keep you guys updated. But anyways, that is all that I got for you guys here in today's video. If you found it informative, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.